Okay, so what we're going to learn about is the Wilcoxon. So this is a non-parametric test. It's the last thing new thing we need to learn for the White Mountain course. This is a non-parametric test. It's what makes this one of the things that makes this a 4-credit course rather than a 3-credit course like what CCB does. And this should pay off for you by passing this course. So this is a Wilcoxon rank sum test. This is trying to see if there's a difference. So for this example, it's about they arrested a bunch of random people, and they measured the blood alcohol content, and they also recorded whether somebody had been drinking beer or whether they'd been drinking distilled spirits, and trying to see, is there a difference? Is there a difference between their blood alcohol levels? What we did before this non-parametric test was we ran a 2-sample t-test, right? Because the trouble is, though, for our 2-sample t-test, we need both of those samples, both of these groups have to come from normal populations, and we have no idea what blood alcohol content looks like. I suspect blood alcohol content is right skewed. Just a minute, let's look and see. I just tried to find a graph of what blood alcohol content looks like, and I couldn't. They're just these tables and not much else. So I don't know the shape of blood alcohol content, the population of people's blood alcohol content. So we don't know if it's normal or not. Plus, we've got a pretty small sample size. It's 12 in each, I think. So I mean, we could run a 2-sample t-test, but we're kind of violating some of the conditions. So they wanted to come up with a way so they didn't throw out their data. And so they came up with this, that Frank Wilcoxon came up with this method of doing it. And it's called the rank sum test. And I'm going to walk you through how to do this by hand. Then I'm going to show you how to do this calculation in Statcrunch, okay? So what the process is, well, first off, maybe we should write down an HO and HA too, because we did a condition check. We know we've got to run this test and not a 2-sample t-test. So, but it's basically the same thing, except instead of talking about means, typically we talk about medians. So we say, so the median here, I'm trying to write a mu and I shouldn't be. We're just going to say the median. Remember, we use medians to describe skewed distributions, right? The medians are the same. And typically, we'll usually run a 2-tailed test. So we don't know about what direction to go with. But we'll call this the medians are different. So this is a 2-tailed test. Okay. And then the way you do this is then you what Mr. Wilcoxon came up with is he said, we're going to pool the 2 groups together, but we don't want to lose 2 groups because we're going to pool them together and then break them apart. Okay. We're going to pool them together to rank them. Okay, so there, I've got these together, and now I'm going to put these here. And I could do all this on paper, but you know, it's so much easier on a spreadsheet. So I'm going to sort those blood alcohol contents from lowest to highest, and I don't want to lose the rank. I want to match that. So notice I selected them all and do data. I'm going to sort range. I'm going to do a custom sort. Where is it? I created, no, I don't want to do a crisp filter. I want to do, okay, how do we do this? Sort range by column B we want. How does it let me do the sort range? Oh, there we go. So sort range, data does not have a header. I'm going to sort by column B. Okay, and did that do it? Yes, look, it sorted those blood alcohol levels, and it also kept the corresponding groups it came from. So now we're going to start assigning ranks. And what happens is we just start with rank 1, and if we have a tie, we split it in half. Now, so far, I don't see any ties. Do you? let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's a tie. So we're going to call this, instead of 12, we're going to call this 12.5, and this one is 12.5 also, because they're both 19. Okay, see that way I split the difference, and then that's going to be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to see the whole thing. Okay, no more ties are there. So 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm sorry you haven't watched me type these in. Okay. All right, so there's 23 numbers. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to sort them back out. I've assigned ranks to all these values, and now I'm going to sort them by column A. All right, so I'm going to do data sort range, but I'm going to do it by column A. There's no header rows, and notice how it preserved the rankings. Okay, and now I'm also going to break these out. Go back out and break these out to two different groups again. And now I'm going to do the sum of the ranks in each group. Remember, do that equals sum. So there's that sum. And I'm going to be really lazy. Just copy this over here. And that did that. Okay. So then here's now we're going to make a decision about HO and HA. If there's no difference in their medians or no difference in the times or the blood alcohol content, these rank sums should be about the same. And as we notice, the distilled spirits is a much bigger sum. So that tells me there is a difference with these times. We're gonna reject HO, and we'll say that the times are different, the medians are different. Okay. So that's the process. And then of course, then you can use the flow chart, make a statement about that. And that's the process. Now, what if we want to do this in Statcrunch? Okay, so I'm going to have these data sets set up for you in Statcrunch sheet. So all you can do is click on the link and you can open it up in Statcrunch so you don't have to do all the formatting. So here it is. I've loaded in Statcrunch, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to Stat, and you see the non-parametric option. Now you're not going to see a Wilcoxon rank sum. This is signed ranks. That's what we use if we have like a paired difference test, only we can't run a paired difference test. We aren't going to worry about it. They aren't going to make us do that. So we're going to do the Mann-Whitney test, which is a little different. You don't just compare the two ranks, sum of the two ranks. They actually give you a test statistic and a p-value. So we're going to run a Mann-Whitney test with this data. And we've got the beer in one column, the liquor in the other column. Notice it will automatically sets up to a two-tailed test. The two means are different, right? So we're going to compute, and then see the p-value is very small. There's some test statistic we could report out. I forget the letter. I guess it doesn't matter. But remember how those sums were so different? Those rank sums were so different. Well, there's the p-values are very significant. So yeah, there's a difference between the blood alcohol content depending on what they drink. Of course, we kind of knew that. I mean, much more potent. The spirits are much more potent. Okay, so that is a Wilcoxon rank sum test. Not too bad, I don't think so. I'm gonna have you do a couple. You can do one each, and there's no really good online exercises for this because they get way too in depth for it, and we don't need you to go there. Okay, what I'll probably have you do on the exam is, and you could probably do this in your final project. We'll have to see when we get back into school and what those final projects can look like. But yeah, that's how you run it. Okay, so I'll stop this video, get it online, and make it available to you.